Why can one person finish a meal and stop thinking about food, while another person still feels hungry? The internet often gives a moral answer, discipline, but the body is more complicated. Hunger is influenced by signals from the gut, brain, pancreas, hormones, sleep, stress, habits, and the environment around you. Ask the simplest question. How does your brain know that you have eaten enough? Food does not walk into the brain and announce itself. The body needs messengers. Those messengers travel through nerves, hormones, digestion, and blood chemistry. Hunger is not one switch. It is a conversation. Your digestive system is not merely a storage container. After food enters the gut, different signals begin changing. Some help coordinate digestion. Some influence blood sugar. Some contribute to feelings of fullness. The brain listens to the gut more closely than most people realize. One of these messengers is called GLP-1. The full name is glucagon-like peptide 1. You do not need to memorize that. The useful idea is simple. GLP-1 is part of the body's natural response after eating. It helps coordinate what happens when fuel arrives. Imagine that hunger has a volume knob. Sometimes the signal is loud. Sometimes it becomes quieter. GLP-1 is not the only thing adjusting that dial, but it is part of the system. The body is constantly asking how much energy has arrived and how much more is needed. GLP-1 also communicates with the pancreas. After food raises blood glucose, the pancreas releases insulin. Insulin helps direct glucose from the blood towards cells that can use or store it. GLP-1 supports this response when glucose is present. Glucose is not the villain. It is fuel. Your muscles use it. Your brain relies on a steady supply. The body does not want unlimited glucose circulating the bloodstream, but it does not want zero glucose either. Healthy biology depends on regulation, not extremes. Think of glucose as delivery trucks. The bloodstream is the road. Muscles and the liver are important destinations. Insulin helps direct traffic. GLP-1 helps coordinate the response after a meal. The goal is not to ban the trucks. The goal is to prevent a permanent traffic jam. Food does not immediately leave your stomach after you swallow it. Digestion takes time. GLP-1 can help slow stomach emptying. That matters because the speed at which food moves through the system influences fullness and the rate at which energy arrives. A balanced meal and a sugary drink do not arrive in the same way. One may require chewing, digestion, and time. The other may deliver energy rapidly. The body responds not only to what you consume, but also to how quickly the package moves through the system. Some people use the phrase food noise to describe persistent thoughts about eating. It is not a formal medical diagnosis, but the experience can feel real. Food advertisements, habits, stress, poor sleep, and biological appetite signals can all compete for attention. Willpower matters sometimes, but willpower is not the whole system. Imagine blaming a thermostat because a room feels hot while ignoring the weather, insulation, windows, and heating system. Hunger also has multiple inputs. A better explanation leads to better decisions. This is where GLP-1 medications enter the story. Some medicines activate or imitate parts of the GLP-1 pathway. They are used for specific medical purposes, including type 2 diabetes and, for some medications, chronic weight management. They are not simply cosmetic shortcuts. Do not place every injection and tablet into one box. Different medications have different active ingredients, indications, dosing schedules, benefits, risks, and evidence. Some treatments involve GLP-1 alone. Others act through more than one hormonal pathway. Similar headlines do not make the products identical. Obesity is not a simple failure character. Body weight can be influenced by biology, environment, sleep, medications, stress, food access, activity, habits, and other factors. A serious health condition deserves a serious explanation, not humiliation. When a qualified professional prescribes medication appropriately, the treatment is not cheating. Medicine exists because biology can become difficult to manage with advice alone. But medication should be part of a considered health plan, not a product purchased impulsively from a viral advertisement. Do not swing to the opposite extreme. A prescription is not a magic wand. It cannot replace nutrition, movement, sleep, follow-up care, or realistic expectations. The strongest plan is not medicine versus habits. It is the right medical care combined with habits that support health. Some weight management medications can help people feel less hungry or full sooner. That can change portion size and eating behavior. The effect may feel surprising because the same food environment becomes easier to navigate when the volume of hunger becomes quieter. A medication that changes digestion can also cause digestive side effects. Nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation, abdominal discomfort, and bloating are not imaginary. A useful medication can still create problems. Benefits and risks belong in the same conversation. Do not treat serious symptoms casually. Persistent vomiting, severe abdominal pain, dehydration, or symptoms that concern you deserve prompt medical guidance. A social media comment section cannot evaluate your individual risk. Some GLP-1 medications delay stomach emptying. That can matter before surgery or deep sedation. Tell your healthcare team about the medications you take before a planned procedure. The correct plan belongs with qualified clinicians, not a generic online timetable. Weight loss medication is not appropriate during pregnancy. People who are pregnant, planning pregnancy, or breastfeeding need individualized medical guidance. A treatment decision that makes sense in one stage of life may be inappropriate in another. High demand creates opportunities for fraud. Counterfeit and illegally marketed products may contain the wrong ingredient. Too much ingredient, too little ingredient, or no active ingredient at all. A bargain purchase from an unknown source can become a serious health risk. Compounded medication is not automatically identical to an FDA-approved product. Compounded drugs are not FDA-approved before marketing. In certain situations, compounding may have a legitimate clinical role, but the source, prescription, quality, and medical supervision matter. Do not improvise a dose. Do not copy an influencer's schedule. Do not accelerate treatment because impatience feels persuasive. Dosing errors with compounded injectable products have led to serious adverse events and hospital visits. Precision matters when the product changes human physiology. Every major medical trend creates a supplement trend. Natural GLP-1 boosters, appetite reset powders, metabolism drops, miracle gummies. But a supplement advertisement is not a clinical trial. A product claiming to support the pathway is not automatically equivalent to prescription treatment. A quieter appetite still needs a good food pattern. When portions become smaller, nutrition becomes more important, not less. Meals should provide useful nutrients. Protein, fiber-rich foods, vegetables, hydration, and an appropriate overall diet still matter. Weight loss is not only about making the scale move downward. Preserving useful muscle matters. Muscle supports strength, mobility, balance, and metabolic health. Resistance exercise and appropriate nutrition help give the body a reason to retain capability. Walking is useful. Strength training adds another signal. Push, pull, squat, hinge, carry, or use modified movements appropriate for your ability. The goal is not bodybuilding. The goal is preserving a body that remains capable as weight changes. Digestive symptoms can contribute to dehydration. Water does not solve every side effect, but hydration matters. If nausea, vomiting, or diarrhea persists, do not simply drink more water and ignore the problem. Speak with a healthcare professional. A smaller number on the scale is not the only outcome that matters. Energy matters. Strength matters. Nutrition matters. Blood pressure matters. Blood glucose matters. Sleep matters. A successful health plan should protect a person, not merely reduce the number. Never borrow a prescription medication. Never share an injection pen. Never assume that someone else's treatment is appropriate for your body. The correct medication, indication, dose, and follow-up plan depend on individual circumstances. Do not stop or change prescribed medication casually because of a viral video. Some people regain weight after stopping weight management medication. Treatment decisions should consider benefits, side effects, goals, and medical guidance. Medication does not live in isolation. Make the environment easier to navigate. Keep practical foods available. Walk regularly. Protect sleep. Use your muscles. Reduce unnecessary food cues where possible. A quieter appetite becomes more useful when the surrounding routine also improves. Try a simple 7-day experiment without buying anything new. Eat more slowly. Notice hunger before a meal and fullness afterward. Add a short walk. Include a fiber-rich food. Complete one manageable strength session. Protect your bedtime. Observe your biology with curiosity, not judgment. Before starting any medical treatment, ask better questions. What is the indication? What benefits are realistic? What risks apply to me? Where does the medicine come from? What follow-up is needed? What should I do if side effects appear? Shame is not a treatment plan. Mocking people for using medication is not science. Treating medication like a fashion accessory is not science either. The mature position is more careful. Use effective tools appropriately. Understand the risks and protect the person behind the prescription. Here is a Feynman test. Can you explain GLP-1 in one sentence? Try this. GLP-1 is one of the body's meal-related signals that helps coordinate blood sugar, digestion, and fullness, and some medications use that pathway for specific medical purposes. The goal is not to silence the body completely. Hunger still has a purpose. Digestion still matters. Nutrition still matters. The goal is appropriate regulation. Use the right tools. Build the right habits. Avoid shortcuts that trade health for speed. Your hunger has a volume knob. GLP-1 is part of the system adjusting it. That does not make every injection magical. It does not make every supplement legitimate. It means the body is more intelligent than a willpower slogan. Respect the biology. Use medicine carefully. And never confuse a powerful tool with a shortcut.